You have heard the story of the woman who loved the Holy Spirit as a husband, who when she entered a building you can feel the presence of God as a tangible touch. The woman who bent diseases with her knees, her name is Kathryn Kuhlman. Before the world ever knew her as a woman through whom the power of God would flow, Kathryn Johanna Kuhlman was just a small-town girl born on May 9, 1907, in Concordia, Missouri. She grew up in a strict but loving Christian home. Her father, Joseph Adolph Kuhlman, was a respected businessman, and her mother, Emma, was a devoted woman of faith who taught her children to fear God and live honorably. Life in Concordia was simple, no fame, no spotlight, just fields, church bells, and the sound of hymns on quiet evenings. Kathryn was full of curiosity and energy. She loved reading, laughter, and exploring the woods near her home, but deep within her was something more, a spiritual sensitivity that would later define her destiny. When Kathryn was about 14, she experienced a moment that would change her life forever. At a revival meeting in a small Methodist church, she heard the preacher speak about the love of Jesus Christ, not as a distant story, but as a personal reality. The message pierced her heart. Tears streamed down her face as she surrendered her young life to Christ. That night, Kathryn said yes to God, a yes that would echo across generations. From that moment, she carried a burning desire to share Jesus with others. Yet there was nothing outwardly remarkable about her. She had no formal training, no title, no pulpit, just a deep love for God and a determination to obey Him. As a teenager, she often joined her sister Myrtle and her husband, Everett, who were traveling evangelists. It was on one of those trips through Idaho and Colorado that Kathryn first stepped onto a stage to preach. She was nervous, trembling, and unsure, but when she opened her mouth, something happened. A strange calm came over her, and words began to flow. People were moved to tears. The calling was undeniable. In those early years, Kathryn spent long hours studying the Bible. She often said, "I never learned theology in a classroom. The Holy Spirit became my teacher." She faced criticism for being a woman in ministry, but she pressed on. The small-town girl who once walked dusty Missouri roads now stood on wooden platforms, declaring the love of Jesus with fiery passion. She wasn't seeking fame. She wasn't chasing a name. She was simply following a whisper of the Holy Spirit. And though the world didn't yet know it, God was preparing her for a ministry that would one day shake nations and reveal the tenderness of His presence to millions. Every revival has a beginning. For Kathryn Kuhlman, it began not with miracles, not with fame, but with a teenage girl weeping at an altar, saying softly, "Jesus, use me."